I'm sorry that this ended up being posted so late, but I actually left my camera back in Virginia, so I've been looking for it for a couple of days. I do have some footage, but it's not going to be complete because I filmed different things on like my iPhone, my camera, so I have a little bit from the one, but I'm missing the rest from the other. So it'll be kind of incomplete. It's not going to show all of my vacation, and I'm sorry for that. I wanted to show what I do on vacation to stay on track, and I am not perfect on vacation. I don't even try to diet, but I do try to stay kind of on track because that makes me feel better when I'm on vacation. If I just go completely off and I'm eating horrible, I'll be sick the whole time. So I don't ever recommend doing that on vacations, but I did want to show you how to make it easy because it doesn't have to be like 100% perfect when you're on vacation, because you really do need to enjoy your vacation and not make it about dieting, in my opinion. So I didn't really get a workout in while I was there, so I didn't record one. But then I also wanted to show you guys what I do as soon as I get back from vacation, because sometimes that throws people off a little bit. I know in the past it's thrown me off really bad. It's like you're kind of in this place where you want to get back into your routine, but you've enjoyed being out of your routine for a while, and you're not really sure where to start because maybe you don't want to go back to what you were doing before because you're bored of it or something like that, and it takes a little bit of discipline to get back into it. But honestly, it can be very easy to get back into the routine if you just know a couple of ways to do it. For me, I don't force myself to just get back into it and diet super hard because I won't stick to it. I'll just hate it. I have to kind of ease my way back into eating clean, like 100%. So I give myself a few days of having things I wouldn't normally have. Sorry, have air stuck in my throat. So I drink things like sparkling waters that have flavor just to kind of get me from, drinking soda back to water. I take steps gradual. It's almost like when you're very, very first starting a diet for the first time ever. You don't just jump in 100%. At least I don't recommend you do. You make one small change at a time. That way your changes last. They become habits instead of trying to change everything at once and then it becomes overwhelming. So usually I recommend when someone is starting a diet for the first time ever, they start by week 1 cutting out soda, for instance. Week 2, cutting back fast food to 1 day a week. Week 3, trying to make most of their foods at home and whole foods. Week 4, try to eat less processed foods. Week 5, go down to eating like one cheat meal a week. Week 6, add in exercise. I'm just coming up with this on the top of my head, but just gradually progressing to the point of being healthy. That way it lasts and it's easy and it's not uncomfortable or miserable the whole time. So when you're getting back off vacation, I kind of live by the same rule. So I will show you guys what I did, and again, it's going to be partial clips of what I did, and I'm sorry. I was actually really excited to show you guys because I took videos the whole time I was there. Oh man, so I'll show you guys next. So I left for vacation on the 28th, and I was on vacation for I think 5 days, and so during that time I did record a whole bunch of stuff, including a mini grocery shopping haul, but I actually left my camera back in Virginia. So what I did get on this camera will be shown. I meal prepped every single day, and you saw one of them there, where I would just bring different containers along with me and different fruits and snacks like almonds. And we did go and see a lot of different places that were just really beautiful, and it was very relaxing, and I really enjoyed this vacation. During the vacation, I didn't worry too much about my diet. My main focus, like I said, was making sure I got my proper nutrients. I drank water all day, like crazy, way more water than I usually drink actually. I tried not to drink any sodas or sweet tea or anything with sugar. I was kind of selective about what foods I would eat that were kind of like cheat meals. If I really wanted it, I had it, but I didn't just eat bad to eat bad. That really helped me to not get sick because I was eating foods I was used to, like rice, lentils, and spinach. And so the very first day I went to the store and I bought a big batch of it, and you'll see right here that sometimes in the house we would all share food, and I would just pick out of that food what things I liked eating and what things fit into my diet. You know, like rice, kimchi, and edamame, which were just perfect for me. And on the last day, we were driving for 9 hours, so these are the meals I packed, and they were great. I have dates, sparkling water that had flavor, edamame, and lentils and rice. Have some oatmeal, and then I'm going back to work today, so it's going to be back to normal eating, not eating out, and, you know, meal prepping. Oh. Hey YouTube, so I'm back from vacation and I just finished a workout and I'm having like a protein bowl because I didn't have a shaker cup, so I just decided to use that and it actually worked pretty well. Before my workout, I don't ever drink these. I'm just gonna say that before you see what I drink. But I had a 0-calorie Monster only because I was craving one and I was very tired from my trip, but I really wanted to get a workout back in because I've just been eating a lot of carbs. I did gain weight on my trip, and a lot of that is probably water weight because of all the carbs I was eating. I'm probably holding some water. Some of it might actually be real weight gain because I did eat more calories for about a week, so that's probably, you know, long enough for me to actually put on some weight. I'm just going to use that to go towards my muscle building, so it's not going to be a setback. The scale is just a number. I mean, yes, that number does represent, you know, if you're in a healthy weight range or not, but you can't let the number define who you are. You can't get down if you gain a couple pounds because that's just the point where you can say, okay, it's a couple pounds, I'm going to take control of this now and I'm going to turn it back around. If you're trying to cut or lose weight, if you're trying to build muscle, just put the extra weight towards your muscle, like put the extra calories toward muscle building. If you're on vacation and you're eating more calories, just lift and put it towards your muscle. So either way, it's either just a temporary setback or it is a benefit towards your goals for putting on muscle. I'm going to use it for muscle because after my injury, I actually did lose a little bit of muscle mass in my legs, and so I'm going to start putting that back on, and it helps to have extra carbs and extra nutrients to help my muscles grow and heal. So we are going to call this my growing phase. And with that comes a little bit of fluff, and sometimes it's hard for people to deal with kind of seeing their body image change when they've worked so hard to lose weight. Now they're seeing the weight go back on, but it's temporary, and if it's in a controlled setting, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no reason to freak out, and it can actually be very healthy mentally to give yourself a break from being super restrictive, low calories, you know, not letting yourself eat foods all the time that you want to eat. It can cause a lot of cravings, and it's good to just sometimes have a period where you can kind of give into those cravings like this. You know, it's not something you do all the time, but just a short period where you let yourself kind of relax about your diet. What I usually do, like even on this vacation, is if I'm having a little bit of, I don't know like the right word, but if I'm sort of relaxing about my diet and I'm not being so particular about what I eat, I'm not being as careful, I make sure I get my nutrients. That's very important. You know, if you are bulking or adding weight or putting on muscle, that you don't do it by just eating junk foods all the time. You need to make sure you're getting nutrient dense foods. Still catching my breath. Breathing. So I just want to say that, and the vacation was great. The meal prepping was a huge difference. I have never done that on a vacation, and it worked great. Yeah, so today I was like set out to do a leg workout, but I was feeling very weak and very tired, so I did finish a whole hour, but my weight just wasn't as heavy and I wasn't able to do as many reps as usual, and I just felt like I was struggling a lot more and not able to connect mind and muscle as well as usual. I wasn't able to like squeeze the right muscles and control myself as well as usual. So I was kind of keeping the weight light because I really didn't want to get hurt. And I was sweating really easily. Within like the first 5 minutes I started sweating because it was just so difficult to exercise. So I'm glad that I'm back, and it was a very fun trip. Everything just went amazing, including the diet, and I'm happy to be back and get back on my schedule. And I will show you guys what I eat for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. So for my snack, I'm having a cucumber kimchi just because I like a little bit of variety. When I'm trying to eat vegetables and eat healthy, I like to have a lot of different types of recipes so that I stay interested and I enjoy what I eat. So cucumber kimchi is like kind of spicy if you haven't had it before, but not too spicy. It has a good mild, clean, crisp flavor. Morning YouTube. I am at work right now and I am just having cereal and coffee. So I'm gonna do a back workout today and I'll try to record a little bit of that for you. My very first day back from vacation, I got in the gym and I did a workout. I included a little bit of cardio on the stair mill just to get back into my routine. I felt like if I did this the very first day, then I would get back into my routine faster. I ended up feeling very weak, but it was still a good workout. And so this right here, I started with a narrow lat pull down. And the reason I do this is because it feels good on my shoulders when I'm warming up. Just make sure that you really squeeze your lats as you pull them down and get a good stretch each time you raise the cable back up. I did 3 sets of 10 to 12 and I did 1 warm-up set for each of these exercises that I don't include in there. And then I went to move on to cable crunches. I didn't show every exercise that I did in this video, but I did do some of them. I was doing a lot of supersetting, so it was hard to get the camera for every single exercise. Cable crunches is something that I always feel very awkward doing, so if my form looks a little bit strange, that's why. But I was really trying to concentrate on controlling my core and not moving fast so that I would get a good exercise. And the next day I was sore. I'm actually still feeling it in my abs today, so that was good. And you can see there that the weight was on, I think, 60 or 50. Cable crunches you can usually go pretty high on. The next exercise I did was a kneeling overhead tricep extension. These are my favorite tricep exercise. They always feel really good to me. I'm able to do a lot more weight than usual, and I completely feel them in my triceps, which I really, really like. And so I did, again, just the same thing, 3 sets of 10 to 12. That was pretty much what I did for every exercise. I didn't want to think too much about it. I moved on to doing a supersetted rope cable, or I should say seated rope cable back row. And I decided to use the rope so that I could get more range of motion. I was able to go further back than I usually would if I used the normal handle for this exercise. This was my warm-up set. I went on to doing 70 pounds, but I warmed up with 50 pounds. And I did lower the weight when I did my second exercise down to a 30. And these are just the weights that I use, so feel comfortable using any weight that you use. And I supersetted a bicep curl, and that is another reason why I wanted to use the rope. You can also use like a straight bar for this exercise, but what it does is while you're laying there, you have to use your biceps isolated because you're not able to use the rest of your body. You cannot swing or use your back to help the weight. And so you're completely using your biceps, and I made sure that I went all the way extended and then all the way into that curl. I was trying to focus on getting full range of motion in each of my exercises. I moved on to doing this variation of a lat pull down. It almost works like more of the rhomboids than the typical lat pull down where you pull straight down while you're seated beneath it. So just getting this at a different angle allowed me to feel it differently. It's almost like a combination between a row and a pull down, so I really like it. And I did 3 sets of 10 on those, and I supersetted it, but I didn't show that. Just having some protein shake. I did 3 scoops, which is the serving size, so it'll only be 130 calories and 14 grams of protein. And I'm just drinking this before I go get lunch, which I'm about to go do now. And I'm going to use this as a shaker cup. It has no GMO because it is stainless steel. So I switched over to that because I left my plastic one in the car and it got really hot and I didn't want to use it after that. So I'm just going to mix this up in here and put it in my shaker cup. To the store for lunch, and I got so much stuff. This is all just for lunch. That's what happens when I shop hungry. So I got a bagel made by the bakery. I got some of the plant-based stuff and some of the Go Veggie cheese and some Walden Farms honey Dijon mustard. Oh, you guys didn't see that. Candy. And some greens to go on this, because really this meal is not whole foods at all. Every single thing is processed. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but it is definitely not whole food or clean eating. It is very processed, but I just did a very good workout and I wanted to give myself some good fuel with protein and carbs and everything, and I didn't want to run to Subway because I was just being a little bit too fancy for that today. So I'm just gonna make this and see how it turns out. Okay, so for a snack I'm having a let's see, lime sparkling water. I find that these usually help me when I'm having like a craving for sweets, because they have a little bit of flavor and the carbonation kind of keeps me full. So that bagel was awesome. It was delicious. So and I've been craving that for a while. Okay, so yeah, they're not caffeinated, but the sparkling water is just refreshing, and so I have those every once in a while when it's not really time for me to eat, and I hope that helps. My next snack of the day are almonds, and I just used the 100 calorie pack natural almonds, and as you can see, it's just pre-measured out for me, and I feel like I'm eating a lot today. But yep, this is my snack. It's 3 o'clock now, so next time I eat hopefully will be dinner. For my third day being back, I did a shoulder and calf workout. These are lateral raises, but I do them with my pinkies facing the ceiling so that I can really focus on my rear delts. And then I did a cable rear delt or back fly as well. I did several other exercises, but I was supersetting and moving very fast, and I didn't think to record until I got to the very end of my workout. So this will be the end of the video, but basically what I did is on vacation, I went and got groceries the very first day that I got there. I cooked all my food and had it meal prepped for the entire vacation. When I really wanted something, I allowed myself to have it. And then as soon as I got back, I worked out my very first day and got right back into my normal schedule. And if I was having cravings for things, I would allow myself to have them occasionally. And by the third day I got back, 3 of the pounds that I had gained has already come off, so it was probably water weight. And one thing I found very helpful when I got back was recording my food each day to make sure that I got the right amount of nutrients. So I hope that these tips help, and thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to like and comment below.